welcome to Stacy's Kitchen and a happy new year to each and every one of you. Well, I trust that the year started off happy and I pray that it does. So on today's episode of Stacy's Kitchen, I will be cooking up a lovely little curry treat. So I'm going to be doing some curry goat, also some yummy, soft and fluffy mashed cassava. So stay tuned for that. And of course, I am going to be incorporating all my lovely herbs and spices from Chatak and from all my sponsors here today. So I have today some fresh goat that I washed and slightly seasoned, but I will be adding some more seasonings to it. I have some fresh pigeon peas that I just steamed just a bit. And as you can see, I have my ginger, my freshly ground season, my butter to make my buttery cassava. So guys, stay tuned for this culinary explosion of flavors.
Welcome to the Chatak's Kitchen, where it's tastier and spicier. For even more taste, cook with Chatak's Amchar Masala, saffron, ground jeera and black pepper. Mix in Chatak's mild, spicy or Madras curry. Get a burst of excitement with a mango amchar, pomsade and mango kuchila, lime and pepper chunks, West Indian hot sauce and lime pepper sauce. Plus, Chatak's tamarind and mango chutneys are perfect with kalori and sahina. So make your kitchen a Chatak kitchen. Chatak's fruit products, bringing good taste to life.
Connect with ACTN The Voice on Facebook or Instagram at ACTN The Voice.
ACTN The Voice, your family-friendly station.
Hi everyone, I'm Stacy from Stacy's Kitchen. Check out our new episodes, Season 3 of Stacy's Kitchen at our new time, 5:30 p.m. on Mondays and Wednesdays, right here on ACTN The Voice. I will be whipping you up some flavorful and appetizing dishes. As they say, good food makes a good mood. So guys, stay tuned for this culinary explosion right here on Stacy's Kitchen. So I'm going to start by seasoning my goat and setting it aside. So I have maybe just about a pound of goat, fresh goat as I said. So to that I'm going to add my freshly ground seasonings. And guys, remember the recipes will be posted on Facebook, so you can check for it there. And also WhatsApp us at 393-ACTN. So I'm going to put a teaspoon of salt to start with. And also a teaspoon of paprika. And just not to forget, most of my seasonings and spices are from Chatak Foods. All right, so let's just give this a little toss. You can use your hands. All right, so this is just the initial seasoning of the goat. So I have my fresh seasonings, I have my paprika, my salt, And as I said before, it was lightly seasoned. I had added some of the Chattox Jeera powder to it before. All right, and one thing to notice when you're doing curry, you don't want to over season because curry in itself, the curry powder is a seasoning. All right, and with Chattox curry powder, the flavors are amazing. So you'll see that in a bit. All right, so I'm going to set aside the meat for maybe about a half an hour, and then we'll come back to curry our goat. All right, so it's time to curry our goat. So guys, you can let me know on the chat how your Christmas was, how your New Year turned out to be, and also you can try the recipes along with me while I am doing it. All right, so I put about 2 tablespoons of oil to heat. So the oil is nice and hot. So I'm going in with Chattox mild masala. So I'm putting 2 tablespoons of that to that hot oil. And now I'm going in with 2 tablespoons of their loose curry powder. All right, so to that I'm going to add a bit of oil. So we're going to cook our curry. Well, some of us will say we're going to burn the curry. I don't like to burn the curry too much though. It gets sort of bitter. So I'm basically parching my curry powder. Alright, so you see I'm mashing it down like that. So in total I have 4 tablespoons of curry powder. 2 of the masala and 2 of the loose curry powder. Alright, and something else I like to do, I like to add my freshly ground seasoning. So that's what I'm going to do with the rest of this seasoning here. This smells so yummy already. Alright, so I'm going to add a bit more water just to cook it up a bit. Alright, so see that lovely color that it has? Alright, so you could just lower the heat on the stove and let it cook down for a bit. Alright, so while it is frying up, I'm just going to add a piece of raw pepper. Now you don't have to add any extra pepper if you don't want it too spicy. And I'm going to put a piece of onion, fresh onion in here. I'm just going to slice it up thinly. And let that fry up. So I have my curry powders, I have my fresh seasoning, and I have added onions and a piece of pepper. All right, so I'm going to let it fry up just for about 2 minutes again, and then we'll be incorporating our goat. So stay tuned for that. All right, so while my curry mixture is cooking up, before I add the goat, I'm going to start prepping my cassava. And for those of you who don't like cassava, you need to try this recipe. You're going to totally change your mind. All right, so I'm just going to roughly chop some onions. I have 2 pimentos here. Now remember, if you're doing more, you can always double up on your seasonings. Oh, these onions are actually making me cry. long time it didn't happen. So these onions are good. All right, so again, I'm going to be using some fresh hot pepper, Congo pepper, or habanero, as some people may call it. I'm not going to put too much. And of course, I love my fresh ginger. So I'm just going to grate a piece of this. So I'm seeing my curry mixture is thickening up really nice there. So I'm just allowing it to saute, to simmer, you know, get a nice rich thickness to coat the goat. All right, so I'm just going to grate a piece of this ginger. Ginger has a very strong flavor, so you don't want to overpower it. All right, so we have about a tablespoon of freshly ground ginger. All right, so I'm going to just move aside. I'm going to give my curry a stir. So you see how nice and thick this consistency is? And guys, feel free to ask me measurements and stuff like that. I know that, you know, sometimes it may not come out exactly like how I'm doing it here, but feel free to WhatsApp, feel free to call and ask me, you know, how to go about doing it properly. All right, so I'm going to add the goat. So I'm going to allow this to cook for about 15 to 20 minutes to fry up a bit. Right, so I'm just going to turn up the heat a bit. I want to fry it up, thicken that sauce just a bit so I make sure that it's coated evenly on the goat. This smells so good. I can't wait to try it. I haven't had goat in a while, so I decided to do that today. A good way to break in the new year. It's good meat. All right, so I'm just going to cover that and allow it to cook for a couple minutes. And then after that, we're going to come back, incorporate our peas to bring it to a close, and then we're going to see about our cassava. All right, so stay tuned for that.
Welcome to the Chattox Kitchen, where it's tastier and spicier. For even more taste, cook with Chattox Amchar Masala, saffron, ground jeera and black pepper. Mix in Chattox mild, spicy or Madras curry. Get a burst of excitement with a mango amchar, pomsade and mango kuchila, lime and pepper chunks, West Indian hot sauce and lime pepper sauce. Plus, Chattox tamarind and mango chutneys are perfect with kalori and sahina. So make your kitchen a Chatta kitchen. Chattox fruit products, bringing good taste to life.
Connect with ACTN The Voice on Facebook or Instagram at ACTN The Voice.
ACTN The Voice, your family-friendly station.
Hi everyone, I'm Stacy from Stacy's Kitchen. Check out our new episodes, Season 3 of Stacy's Kitchen at our new time, 5:30 p.m. on Mondays and Wednesdays, right here on ACTN The Voice. I will be whipping you up some flavorful and appetizing dishes. As they say, good food makes a good mood. So guys, stay tuned for this culinary explosion right here on Stacy's Kitchen. so as promised, we're gonna start with our cassava while our goat is cooking. So I have my seasonings that I prepped that you would have seen before. And I'm gonna saute it in about 3 tablespoons of oil, right? All right, let me get my wooden spoon for this non-stick pan. One thing to note when you're using non-stick pans, always use a non-stick spoon or like a wooden spoon so it doesn't scrape the bottom of the pan. All right, so to this I'm going to be adding my butter. So I'm going to be having some French made butter, which is a seasoned garlic butter, and a regular homemade, well, I wouldn't say homemade, but locally made butter. Because I did say it was a buttery cassava. All right, so this is smelling so amazing in here. All right, so I'm gonna add the cassava. So my cassava was boiled very soft because we want it nice and soft. Not overly soft, but you know, a little bit of a mashed potato consistency. So I'm gonna add that to this mixture here. So lovely that looks. Nice and buttery. All right, so I'm going to add salt after because butter usually has a bit of salt in it. So, like I would say, add salt to taste. See how lovely that looks? Guys, and these meals are so simple, so affordable, and taste so amazing. All right, so I'm going to add a bit of the Chattox ground garlic. Just for a little kick, right? So don't forget to use that. And I'm going to add a bit of the Chattox ground jeera. And also, let me add some of the Chattox paprika. I'm just going to use my hand here. Sprinkle a bit. That looks so amazing. I'm feeling to eat it just like that. But I have a few other little touches to bring this dish together. I love making my little one pots, to be honest. Oops. All right, so I'm just using a little cube of seasoning. You will notice I'm not adding too much extra salt. I will taste at the end of it. You don't think this looks lovely? All right, so final touch. Simmer with some coconut milk. Right, so you could use your store-bought or also your pack or your ground. Well, yes, so store-bought comes in packs and tins, you know, you name it, frozen. All right, let me give this a little taste. Lovely. It's not too spicy. It's not too salty. It's actually just perfect. Perfect. Look at that. How lovely. In all of what, 10 minutes? All right, so I'm going to let this simmer and then we're going to be finishing up our goat. All right, so time to finish up our goat. So it's nice and colorful, as you can see. Look at that color, how beautiful. So the curries, the chatak curries, have incorporated nicely into the meat. And the meat is cooking nicely as well. So it's halfway done. So I'm going to be adding the fresh pigeon peas. And I'm just going to add some hot water to this, and we're going to let this simmer for another 15 to 20 minutes, and it should be ready by then. So we're going to be tasting when I come back. All right, so everything is almost ready. My cassava is done, lovely, nice and buttery. And it's time to take off this guy. See how amazing that looks? All right, so I'm just gonna put a bit on my plate. Let me get some peas on there. All right, so let me turn this off. So guys, you see how lovely this looks. Curried goat with peas and buttery cassava. What else do you want better than that? So guys, we have come to the end of this episode of Stacy's Kitchen. I do hope you did enjoy. Please leave your comments, give us your feedback. 393 ACTN. Most of the shows will be on the live feed, so you can make your comments, you could join along. And now it's time to taste. All right, so I'm just gonna have a bit of the cassava there, some of the peas. Perfect. I'm not being fancy, I just want to show you the inside of the goat, how perfect it's cooked. Lovely, very tender, very flavorful. And one thing to note, after you finish cooking meats like goat and beef and stuff, and let it settle. Leave it for about half an hour before you serve. You could warm it up a bit after, but let the flavors soak in. Guys, this is amazing. Everything perfect. So, guys, special thanks to all our sponsors, Chatak, for their lovely herbs and spices. Guys, join us every Monday and Wednesday, 5:30 p.m. on ACTN The Voice for Stacy's Kitchen.